Let's go back to one of our top stories now. The state capture inquiry is taking place in Parktown, Johannesburg. We crossed to our reporter Mzwandile Mbeje there. Good afternoon, Mzwandile. What happened today so far?
Well, Nzinga, it's the continued detailing really of the corruption that took place at the Bosasa, interacting with a number of people, influencing a number of people through illegal activities. I mean, we had in one instance, Nzinga, where they said there was a youth center that was opened, but basically that youth center ended up being used at some point to launder the ANC to the governing party in the Northwest. So you can see the kind of rot is going very, very, very deep, that Bosasa was really willing to work with various entities to advance its interest. I mean, they also spoke about a number of methods basically they were using to engage in these illegal activities. I mean, they had an agreement with a jumbo liquor sale in Randfontein, where they would order liquor, but I mean that liquor would not be delivered, but instead it would be cash, and a garage in Witbank. So it's so many things, Nzinga. Basically, it all points to one thing, that Bosasa, I mean, was really involved in a number of criminal activities, or rather corrupt activities, which we believe involve, or rather name, a number of people going forward. I think what the witness right now, Mr. Agriz, has been saying is that in Northwest, he says there's one MEC that was involved, but he was not able to give the exact name. So I think as these proceedings continue, we would get to know some of the names of the people involved in this whole lot of corrupt activities that have been taking place.
Mzwandile, we heard that around 80 people were being bribed per month, and earlier on we also heard that 38 of those were people in the public sector. Do we know if the police are watching and starting their own investigations instead of waiting for the state capture inquiry to conclude before taking action?
I think it would depend, perhaps by and large, on the recommendations of the Commission once this has been concluded. But as you say, Nzinga, I don't think the police would not act where, I mean, activities of criminality are quite obvious. I'm sure they would activate their own perhaps ways to really deal with some of these issues. And he was saying, Mr. Agriz, he was saying, as you have said, on a monthly basis, they had about 80 people who they were paying, and as you have said, 38 of those high-profile government people, and saying they spent something like 6 million rand a month, and this money was unaccounted for, so which means this was illegal money. I mean, he was saying at some point, Mr. Agriz, he was in an office of Mr. Watson, the CEO of Bosasa, where he was just cleaning up the office because in his view, he doesn't like a dirty office. And then he says he just found out that there was 70,000 rand lying around, so which could have been thrown into the dustbin. So you can see that the money and the cash was not an issue. So perhaps that's really indicative of the kind of the deep rot that had gone into this entity.
Yesterday there was security concerns about Agrizi and his personal safety, leading to the commission being delayed a little bit. What's happening today?
Well, the security issue was addressed yesterday. I think the judge was very clear that whoever is coming here must be secured, and then they put all the necessary measures in place. And then when we went outside of the premises of the commission, Nzinga, we could see that there is an increased presence of security. And of course, inside as well, there's security everywhere. So it does appear that the commission has taken extra care in making sure that whoever comes here really feels safe, because they need to tell the nation what happened. I mean, this commission is probing the issue of state capture and in all its forms. And people like Agrizi, who not only implicates other people, he also implicates himself, do need to be protected because they will help shed the light to make sure that in future such an occurrence doesn't happen again.
Senior political reporter Mzwandile Mbecha giving us an update of that state capture inquiry taking place in Parktown today.